If you have done that, then it would be great if you start to join the URA platform. Because in the URA platform, who is already existing for at least 1.5 years, people are building already with their own coin a new world. It's already happening. It's still small, but it's happening and it's growing.
So are people using the URA coin already?
Exactly.
Are some people already using it within the
In
network?
our last newsletter, now a new letter is coming out, but in our last newsletter, I read a testimony of one of the business people who are in this platform, that he made already his first 1,000 URA profit based on selling good things like jam made out of the things of the garden. Healthy things, things who are not damaging us and life. And that's growing already. People are already choosing to do exactly what is needed to create their own financial platform and to start to buy and sell in a way that is in the spirit of a good stewardship of all life. So that's already growing.
And so the URA is a currency that people are using within a network where the URA is accepted and valued by like-minded people. How do people get URA? How do you get the currency in order to use it?
They, through this United People Foundation.org platform, they can sign in of the URA platform. So there's a whole map with signs for them, go here, go do this, do that, and they start joining. It's a very automatic system in this matter because it's very easy, because it's so good guided that people can do it on their own. There's no help needed. So the URA coin is also backed by real value, like the dollar was till 71 with Nixon. All the euros were coming in, because if you sell a URA one-on-one exchange with €1, that means people get rid of the fiat currency with all the inflation, so they get rid of the garbage, so to speak, and then we are the group holding it. No, we are selling the euros straight away in exchange for raw material, commodities, investing in new forms of energy. So by investing in real value, who will be used by the people themselves, if you go for a bakery, for example, they need the raw material, the raw commodities to bake the bread. Right? So you invest in everything we use. And that's the value who's laying under URA coin.
So when people exchange their euros for URA currency, you then take the euros and invest them,
flush them to the toilet, so to speak, because no value at all. We have now, last year, with the dollar was the same, we have inflation skyrocket. It was up till 15-16%. Means your salary, let's say you have $3,000 salary, you can spend for food and rent and whatever. But if 10% inflation comes in, you lose 300 euro of your salary in real value. So that's stealing money.
So I'm curious about
you have to avoid this fiat currency.
The investments that you're making in order to get rid of the fiat currency.
Yeah.
The return on those investments
yeah.
is then to be distributed among the members of the foundation or the collective?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah, like I said, of the Mondragon, it was why I said Mondragon, because that's already existing for so many years, so it's proven to work. Within the cooperative, everybody is a member. You have all one vote. So if the money, your money, stays your money, but you can invest in projects, clean water or whatever. We need to invest to get rid of the euro. You don't want the euro. If you have a project like a generator in a river to get electricity, people have the right to join, but they also can say no thanks. It's up to them. So through your money, through your investment, you have already a vote to create, for example, clean energy coming out of the natural force who is produced by nature in the river. So in the cooperative, you have of course a normal vote, like we agree, not agree, but you do it also through your wallet, through your money. Because we want to get rid of the fiat, but you need real value, who is also profitable, because there is nothing wrong on profit, because then you can grow as community. But the main difference is, if it's a cooperative, the profit is shared by the people who are joining the cooperative. Now we have everything going up to the pyramid. It's only a few who have the profit made by whatever. It's going back to the people. That means, like this guy, Elon Musk, was World Economic Forum, they were in favor of universal basic income. That they agree in their Twitters. They are separate, but they agree. But if you have a share in your own cooperative, sooner or later the profit is coming because of all the things we are doing. So in a way, I'm not calling it the basic income, but you get profit, you can live off.
Mm. And so,
based on the community, because this is how the whole Mondragon is working already for so long, and now they have the level of a multinational. It's owned by the people, but they have the level of a multinational. And during all the crises, no effect on that.
So it's like our economy today, except the ownership is with the people instead of a small class of investors and bankers.
And on top, you, through your financial platform, through your investments, you start to create a new world, a world we all agree on, to give something to our children who are the future. You avoid also this influence of old people who are dominated now. The whole world is dominated by mummies, old people. And the youth, they have nothing to say. In a cooperative, that's gone. So also this hierarchy things is gone. Because we all go together, and with the young people, you get really something going on because they are still open, not heavily programmed. They can think more open, out of the box. So the dynamics is also coming in of the cooperative. One of our young guys from the university in Leiden in Holland, was inventing a way to filter the plastics in the oceans and to have it back as a raw material to produce other products. So it was also a business model. It was a good thing for the environment, for the oceans, to get rid of the plastic soups, and made it also profitable. The humans, the young people, are the human treasure for the future.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all possible in this cooperative of ourselves. It's also written here. I have here a small card, international card. And the United People, you see two children. And there it's written, we are the creators. When we come together, we have the power to create whatever future we want. This is, bottom line, what it is. It's in our hands.
And so are people now, at this moment, collecting, their returns as members of the co-op?
Well, it's good for you to see where we are now.
Yeah, explain to us where you are right now versus what is being planned for the future.
We created symbolic the financial Ark of Noah. It's a metaphor, of course, of things who were happening in the past. Where we stand today is we created already the URA financial platform. It's up and running, people are coming in daily. So that grows. One of the requests of the people is because of the volume we have, it's still needed to make it possible to have an exchange from the URA back to the fiat currencies. Because if you make here your money, but the guy who rent out your home, he needs to be paid in euro if he don't accept URA. So if this grows to a level of 10,000 people, then we will formalize the European Cooperative Society. If we have the 10,000 members, this will be formal. European Cooperative, like the Mondragon, but then
for all of Europe, yeah.
All over Europe. And also people from Australia and America and whatever, China, are joining. The fundament in this first step is the European Cooperative. So if this is becoming official, based on the growth who was here created, then we also can activate phase 2. And phase 2 is Be of Choice service. It's independent, is not connected with the URA platform, but the members of this cooperative has an exclusive right to use all the products and services of all the things who are available. So one with URA here, let's say 1,000, who needs to exchange, when we have the 10,000 cooperatives, the people who join the cooperative, then they can exchange here in the Be of Joy service it to euro or dollar. That's one. Then they also will have the possibility to open their own IBAN bank account, that's the European standard for bank accounts, in their own cooperative. So that means you don't need the old banks anymore, because you can create within your own cooperative your own IBAN bank account. And on top, you have your debit card. It means you can be out of this system as long as it's needed. If something is not available here, you still can do it here. So it's without a fight. It's just creating out of your own space harmony, peace, building up your new world, and still being, as a guest, connected with the old world. It's the only way. On top, if people later on say, okay, we have the 10,000 members, the 10,000 members have a yearly fee, let's say 24 euros a year. With 10,000, you have 250,000 to pay all the expenses. You need a healthy exploitation of your organization. So that's all basic figures how to run it. And of course, if this is both available, it will grow fast because you can do everything. Actually, the banking permit is not needed anymore. But if people want it, they can go for the banking permit to have your driver's license in the old world. It's all possible. But first, after step 1, we need to make this active, phase 2. And still, although we are busy for years, we don't have special people who are doing marketing and communication. We are not in a commercial way activating this. This is all growing organic from person to person, sometimes through a lecture or an interview, because now we are making people aware. But I know that the time who is very frustrating for us as team, we are building up for years, but it's needed to do it in this way, to do it organic. You have to be patient. I have to stand in front of an oak tree to understand how many years an oak tree needs to grow in the fullness, to have the leaves, everything on it. The old system was built up in a few hundred years, and we do it in less than 20 years, 15 years.
Because you say it needs to get done by 2030, say,
well,
in order to avert.
All the scenarios are fine. If people don't want, if they want to be in a full ignorance, then still we are happy, because in the Ark of Noah there was only one family in the Ark and the rest were all the animals. Now we are already blessed because of so many thousands of people who are joining. But we still are nearly there, but not there. So if it's not happening, the choice, the different choice to choose different is available for the people. If they don't want, fine. Then they can experience 100% total control slavery system, who is now building up rapidly. It's another experience.
But you'll be stuck in that world as well.
No.
With total control. No?
No, never. And the people who are joining me, also not.
So there will be a way to avoid total control.
It's already created.
So once you're plugged in,
we can communicate with the old world through this phase 2. And we are developing this already in a way that we are just have to wait for the people to join.
So you're saying that being part of this cooperative society will give people freedom even when total control is consolidated in the rest of the world.
Because you're just a guest. You're not part of the system anymore, you're just a guest, you're communicating. If the dollar moves to the CBDC dollar, because it's all there, then we exchange from the URA to the CBDC. For us, it's not a problem. It's for the people who are trapped in the system. But they all can step out also later. Some people, like me, have to learn very hard lessons to make a turn. Maybe you have to lose a lot first. Being trapped in the system, praying to God, please help me out, and then suddenly on the internet they see your interview. Can be.
How does being a social entrepreneur differ from being a regular profit-driven entrepreneur? How is it different?
The difference is complete, but it has also to do, of course, with the difference of myself. My present wife said once that we never match in any way if I was still in my first life. So the difference is me, myself. That's the big difference. And for the outside, it's also completely different because they can't imagine that I was a brutal monster who destroyed, because they experience me now. One of the main things in difference is that in the old system you take advantage of every situation for your own benefit. It doesn't matter how cruel or brutal the situation is, it doesn't matter. You see everywhere you can make profit. So it's taking, and the cost is always outside of you.
So do social entrepreneurs not make a profit?
Social entrepreneur can make also profit, but without of harming or destroying or giving people a negative result, negative effect. You see it also with what I gave you as an example, with the transformation of empty office buildings to living space. It was only in the benefit of everyone. Also the owner was losing money because nobody wants to rent the office for business. So it was costing him a lot of money. Also, by doing it, his social status in the whole community was raising up like, wow, he's doing something good with this old building. Instead of, it was a ghetto of junkies. Drug addicts were going in. So, in the whole line, in popular terms, they say it's a win-win.
See. And so, for people, well, there are probably a lot of people who would want to be social entrepreneurs and create a new payment platform or provide affordable housing, but they are afraid that they won't be able to support themselves or their families in the current world that we live in. So, have you been able to generate an income from your social entrepreneurship? Or?
I was big surprised. I was really big surprised, like, it's not gonna work. And I was really big surprised. Like, I was really making myself happy because I was used to how it goes and always in the cost of someone else. And now you're creating very positive energy, a very positive project. Everyone was benefiting, and after 3 years, all the investments were already paid off, and this whole organization started to make profit. So out of the profit, I was also able to give myself an income. And I was used to it to be an entrepreneur, that you first have to invest for a few years, and most between 2 and 3 years you can make a taxation of your where you're going, if it's an organization who will become profitable or not. That's more or less a general thing everybody knows in the entrepreneur business. So if you see after 3 years that your whole organization organization is already in the plus, and that's allowed to eat yourself as well and to get your own investments back. Yeah. And the other example that I was telling about, for example, a river. The water is a force which is going. You can generate electricity from it. It's just another example of different entrepreneurship. In serving each other, you can make a lot of money. And I'm not saying a lot of money in a way that someone is, again, the billionaire. No, everybody can make money. Only in the business of serving each other. Because you create a body, and our body is the same. Every is unique. Our body is so unique, and every cell in our body is also unique. And it cooperates with all the other cells. And this, well, one is not connected with this one, but still the whole body operates well. And in economic way, like the Mondragon is proving it. Mondragon is not in weapon industry or whatever. There are only positive productions, and you see it for tens and tens of years. It's proven. They support each other and they are doing very well. But the layer you have to watch first is that it's common known that every change we make in a human life is a reaction of fear, because we don't know what will come next. It's an unknown territory. So to come out of your comfort, to make a real change, like your question, to become a social responsible entrepreneur, it gives you fear. You don't know how it will end, because it's a new territory for you. Can you support your family? You don't know. So you only can do it by cooperative, because there are always people within the cooperative who are experts in this field, who can help the other to do the same step.
So the cooperative model is
It's
really
only the cooperative. Like this guy in the old days offers me the seat in the financial world to be taught how to destroy world with trading in the financial world. In a positive way it can be done as well. If we have children, we teach them as well. What a child doesn't know anything of this world. We guide them in the right direction, if the child is lucky.